going to be two people in charge of the kitchen. Bigsoso and Otega to be in charge of it. If you're not okay with my rule, you can get the fuck. I don't care.
Like, did you hear what he said? Cooking my own food, I don't care. So alright. Imisi, I'm not doing that way.
Brother's house.
Food and kitchen rules have always been a source of gbasgbos wahala in Biggie's house, but we never expected it to come this early. I didn't see it coming this early because this is day 2. Or rather, should I even say day 1 of the main show starting, because now we have the full house, only for a gbasgbos to emerge because of food wahala. So after the head of house challenge, the housemates decided to get it together and do an introduction. Being that, yesterday the ladies were all alone, so today they started they started all over to introduce themselves. And after that, the head of house decided to now address the house officially as the HOH. Although he said, being that some people want to go and take their shower, some wants to sleep, that he would just keep it brief. Tomorrow they will continue. And then he started with keeping the house clean. He made mention of how they've seen shit marks in the toilet, and then went ahead to say, try and flush properly after use, that they can't just be looking beautiful on the outside only to be dirty people. He even said food shouldn't be eaten upstairs. On no account should anybody take food, snacks, anything inside in order to, curtail how the house will be looking untidy and all of that. He just started talking, though. He hasn't even dived into the main gist. And then he now started complaining of how people find it difficult to ration food. Being that Big Brother even mentioned that plantain was brought in yesterday, but now the guys, that's the male housemates that came in today, they even see plantain. That means the ladies have already consumed that just in a day. And he said because of that, in order to make sure food is being properly managed and rationed, that he's going to appoint 2 people, Otega and BigSoso, that they will be in charge of the kitchen. Now, before I dive into the misunderstanding, mind you, during the introduction, Otega and Soso, the both of them actually said and made it open on how they love cooking, how kitchen is their thing. Now, back to Jasin J. He just said he's appointing them to be in charge, not like he hasn't even landed according to him. Well, I don't know his intention before now, but he said, just when the quarrel started, he said he's just trying to say he's making them to be in charge of the kitchen, not that this will be the only people cooking for the house. From Jesse J's aftermath explanation, he said what he wanted to explain is this, that Otega and BigSoso will be in charge of the kitchen. They will be the one that will come up with a kitchen roster on who will be cooking on so dates and who will not be cooking. That even the rule book stated that as a house, they should cook as a collective and not individually, in order to make sure food, gets enough, everything is being managed. Now, just before he could explain, Imisi and Isabella said, no, that is not going to fly. You will not tell me, oh, if I want to cook what I want to cook, I'll have to rely on someone else. Isabella was saying no, that she has her favorite food, that she loves to cook her own way, eat her own way. Is it when she wants to eat that food, she'll be relying on other people to eat from them? But then, according to Imisi, she's saying no, nobody's going to cook for her. That she's me, child of what, I don't know, but she's saying that so far she has been cooking her food and she has been rationing food. She didn't waste any food. That since she entered, as anyone say her waste food, that's not going to happen. That everybody here has rights, has equal rights. That nobody will tell her, oh, this is what they will cook today and all that. That anything she feels like eating, she'll enter that kitchen and make it by herself. And then Jason J is saying no, that's not going to happen. That what will happen is this: they will cook as a collective. After cooking, if you now as an individual does not like the food that was prepared, you will go and meet Bigsoso and Otega and tell them what you want to cook. If there is resources for it, if there is available resources, they will not give you. You go and cook by yourself. Now that one self make Imisi mad. And she's like, what was that? If I want to cook, I'll go and take permission from somebody. That she's not going to take any permission from anybody before she will cook or eat whatever she wants to eat in this house. Well, Otega took it up by himself to go and meet Imisi and ask her, what is the issue? Can we address this? Can I explain? Can I give you a well-detailed explanation of what the HOH is trying to say and try to do and trying to avoid in this house? Can't you see how things are finishing? Can't you see how there is water? People will open their water, they won't finish it, they'll pick another one. That all these things, they need to curtail it, because you might think the house, we have enough food, but before Thursday, everything will just finish. But Imisi said no. You can't tell her what to do in the house. That the day that she came into this house was the day other people came in. That everybody has equal rights. Well, Jason is saying, okay, they should go ahead and do whatever they like. Is until they collect strike and go home. That's when they will understand that this is Big Brother's house and not every other person's house. So while Imisi and Isabella was still trying to say, no, it's not going to work that way, Jay said, well, I know this is Biggie's house. Everybody is trying to create drama. Everybody is trying to be dramatic. I understand this game. And that didn't go well with Imisi. Anyway, Doris, being, should I say assistant or whatever, decided to come into the picture, telling Imisi and Isabella that they can't all be speaking at the same time. Can they just calm down and try to understand what the HOH is trying to say? Let him at least land, pass his information, then you can complain. Well, Imisi did not even allow head of house to have a voice, and head of house said anybody that doesn't want to agree with what he just said should F the F out. And the house just scattered just like that. But then when Doris and Jesse went up to the HOH house, Doris tried to explain to Jessie J that she thinks Imisi does not understand English very well. This house is funny, Sha. Let me not try to dissect that. But she started telling Jessie that that later on she should go and meet Imisi and explain to her what you're trying to say. And Jessie was like, don't worry, I'll do that. I'll go talk to her later on. And Doris started explaining to Jessie how she hasn't eaten properly since she came into the house, how food is being wasted, that personally she's the kind of person that loves to cook her own food. She does not like others cooking for her, that she makes her own thing by herself, down to shawarma. That in her house she makes her shawarma wrap by herself, she makes her shawarma, she makes her zobo by herself. But now she's in Biggie's house and she has acknowledged that. So she's not going to, try to cause chaos, dictating on what should be made and what not should be made. She said, in fact, that since she came in, she hasn't eaten, that she has been eating apple, plantain chips, because she's trying to respect herself. Well, she also told Jasenji that there is a gossip in the house, that people are saying, why did he pick Doris as assistant, being that he actually liked another person when he came in. Jason said that's none of their business, that he's free to pick whoever he wants to, that he even had intention of picking, he actually had 3 people in mind, 2 boys and then a girl, but he wanted it to be a boy and a girl. He don't want to pick a guy as his assistant. And Doris was like, oh, is that even allowed? That she doesn't know about that. Anyways, let me hear your opinion regarding this whole food thing, especially in Missy. In this argument, everybody's right in this argument, but I think Imisi needs to calm down and understand that they're trying to ration things. But I think it's the tone because did you hear when Otega said he can walk anybody out of the kitchen, but they should try and understand that that's his character. Sometimes he can be good, sometimes he can be in a very terrible mood. Like, come on, you can walk who out of the kitchen? Anyways, let me listen to your opinion, okay? Thank you.